man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, got some boxing rumors this morning. Let me get myself together, man. There we go. Appreciate everybody for coming, tapping in. We got Canelo Caleb Plant negotiate next week. We'll start off there. We get the Charlo and Castano and Benavidez and uzcategui new fight day. So do appreciate y'all for tapping in. Share the video. I'm gonna try to do as many videos as I can because my power went out again this morning. And then came back in. It was a big storm in Detroit, like 700,000, or Michigan, 700,000 people was without power in Michigan. So my shit made it through the whole storm night. And I woke up in the morning. What about the... You know how you kind of woke, but you're not woke. You laying there, I want to get up. Shit went out. Then it came back on. Then it went back out. Then it came back on. But yeah, let's get to it. Check out the boxing rumor playlist and start off with Canelo and Caleb Plant. Apparently, they're supposed to start negotiating next week. So they hadn't started negotiating yet. So they're supposed to negotiate next week. I know Canelo been in the gym. Canelo had to move our September date. I don't know why they moved off. Was he off weight? Could Beaver not make it? Could they not get a solid opponent? I know a backup opponent was John Ryder. So it's a lot of things when you talk about fights. You know, weight, how comfortable you is, how you feeling. They said Canelo had a new show, and you know he got married, and he had a lot of things going on. So I think Canelo just decided. I think he could have got anybody in the ring. Who Canelo couldn't got in the ring in 5 or 6 weeks, and would have said roll over, nigga. He could have got anybody in the ring. Okay, I just think he wasn't ready. I mean, remember, you got to be mentally ready and physically ready. I don't think he was ready. You know, I don't think he was ready. So, and to me, that's cool. You know, don't go in there less than 100%. You know, people might say, oh, you be hating on Canelo. I don't hate no fighter, really. I just call it how I see him. You know, I'm having coffee for the first time in a long time. I ain't know coffee was that expensive shit. Like a regular thing of Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, like fucking $40. I mean, like I'm talking the bigger one. But at Sam's Club, you get the bigger pack for the same price. I don't understand, but you know, at the same time, man, I just I call how I say, if you're not ready, you're ready. I don't want Canelo to go out there. I don't want homie to go out there and he ain't ready. And it's a whole bunch of excuses. And now I want to see him go out there and be 100% ready, be the 100% the fighter that he can be, and it should be. So I don't care. You know, Beaver, you're gonna have people complaining. But Beaver, he only had 5 weeks, 6 weeks. So did Canelo. But Plant, I think Plant had been training, so it wasn't no real excuse for Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant had been training. Okay, so it wasn't no excuse for Plant. Plant been training, Plant been doing his thing. Plant been in the gym. You know, so he been expecting Canelo. He sound confident. You know, most people don't think he can take a shot. Quite frankly, I don't think he could take a shot, but he got to prove it to me. And that's just what it is. But I look forward to the fight, honestly. If he fight Beaver or Plant, Plant is great because it's undisputed. Beaver is great because he's a fucking challenge, and he did say he would come down to 68 to fight Canelo. So we can't say shit about that. He put his foot in his mouth, but you know, I'm just salivating for some solid boxing. Man, I remember we move on to Castaño and Charlo. Probably most of a lot which I want to hear. I gotta give you a haircut. You know the thing about getting a haircut, man. I always listen to Bushido. It's my homie, dude. He said the barber puts his hairline back. The best thing to do in that situation, the best thing to do in any situation, is allow your hair to grow. Okay, even if you look like a wild man, and it's hard to do it in the hotter times in the summer. But one thing I like to do is let my hair grow, so my hairline don't get pushed back as much. You know, where it grows. So you allow all this to grow. My shit curling right here, but you allow all this to grow, even if it come a little bit higher. You know, you get a little peak. You know, just allow this to grow back in. You know, you don't get a haircut. You know, I used to get I know a dude, he would get money. He used to work out with. Get a haircut every week. Push this shit all the way back. You know, In the winter, I say depend unless you got some shit going on every month. In the summer, try to do every 2 weeks, every month, but allow your shit to grow back and get back to the natural form. But Charlo Castanos, for sure it won't be going down this year. I think we all know it. We know it won't be going down this year, man. So I think they're gonna take interim fights. All right. They're gonna take interim fights. I think Castanos has to fight Tim Tszyu, so that's still a great constellation prize to fight Tim Tszyu. And I think Charlo gonna fight Backram Ratvalitz. Okay, I don't know much about Backram, but let's pull it up. Backram. Somebody said he fought on Charlo Castanos undercard. Somebody said he wasn't that good. He's 19-0, no draws, 14 knockouts. He's on the non-televised version. Like he might be with Robert Garcia, but he just fought an 8-rounder on the undercard. So went to distance with a guy 16-5-0. He went 12 once. He went 10 once. He went 9 once. So I mean, we'll see. He was killing shit. You know, his resume not that, you know. Well, you got a couple dudes that didn't have. He got a dude 2-48 in the second fight, but he coming to America pretty quick. He made his American debut at the T-Mobile Arena versus dude 6-0-1. It was just like his sixth fight. So, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. I look forward to it, man. To him and Charlo getting it on. You know, the IBF got some of the worst ranking systems ever, but. You know, what's the negative about the IBF? And he's 6 foot too. The negative thing about the positive thing is they force his fighter to fight. They force their fighters to fight the mandatory. But the bad thing is that mandatory never any good. That's the bad thing. The mandatory ain't about nothing. Never. You know, that's the thing I get mad about. But with Tim Tszyu, that's gonna be a great fight. Tim Tszyu, that's gonna be That's going to be a good fight. I don't think his father let him stepping up if he wasn't ready. That's just my thing. I don't think his father step him up if he wasn't ready. And they feel like he probably ready. He 5'9". So he's a little bit taller than Castanos. 26 years old. I mean, if he lose, he lose. But Castanos is a tough fighter. You know, he might fight up and down to his competition a little bit, but that style is tough. So Tszyu got nice length. Remember, he wanted to take Tony Harrison and then take Castanos. So that was the plan. I don't know what happened with that. Yeah, Castanos been a good fighter, you know. Gave Pilar a good fight. Gave Charlo a good fight. 67.5 inch HR, 57.5. You know, you gotta just know how to keep him off, or you gotta just know how to bang him. Some people think you gotta just push him back, keep him put. It's harder to do. You know, some people think Charlo get a second look, he gonna beat him. Could, but it's hard to push somebody back. It's hard to push somebody back, man. That's like him. And what you do is with him, it's hard to maintain that distance. Remember Floyd told Devin Haney, some motherfuckers you can't. It's gonna close the gap. So I mean, you know, what you do is with them is keep them motherfuckers turning. That's how you control distance. You stand in front of somebody, you move back so much. And moving back is cool, but you moving back so much, that's just giving them ground. Especially if you can't move forward and keep them off of it. You can move forward and step to them. Thomas Hearns was one of the greatest dudes at stepping forward and using his height and using his distance, his reach to keep distance. He step forward. People think you keep distance by moving and just popping a jab. No, sometimes you step forward. You come forward. What can they do? You know, but if you don't like to go forward, just step over. Use angles. You know, jab, use angles. You know, motherfuckers jab, move back. That's exactly what Castanos want to do. He gonna get his head off the line and come forward. Like Charles was jabbing, using angles. You know, people saying he was winning. No, he wasn't scoring. He wasn't scoring. He was not scoring. It was not effective aggression, effective punching. But had he popped the jab, stepped over, and fired combinations, he would have scored more. And sometimes you use angles with guys that like to come forward. You keep them turning, you keep them resetting, they can't come forward as much. You imagine if you pop the jab and you move back. Guess what? That's what Castanos want. He might do like this, but eventually you pop that jab. You know what he gonna do? Either he gonna slip the jab and you gonna go straight back and it's gonna be what he want, or you know, he might counter the jab. He might throw a throwaway punch. He might catch the jab, and you're gonna go like this. You're gonna try to bring your jab. He might step in and come with a right hook, or I think he a southpaw. I can't fucking remember. Come with a punch. But most times you take guys like that, even if you keep them, even if you close to their chest. You know, sometimes you go like that, and you fight them in the phone booth. It's better, because then if you step over, you make them reset, but you're not giving up ground. You give up ground, that's what a pressure fighter wants. So if I'm Charlo, you know, I might sit there with him in the inside and just fire over, step over, touch the body, fire over, and that's the number thing you gotta do. That's touch the body. I might just sit there with him and step over and keep him reset. But if you moving back, you're giving too much ground. So angles, stuff like that's how, you know, just little adjustments that he gotta make. But then again, the biggest adjustment, he gotta listen. But if I'm Derek, I'm stepping with the jab, or I'm in the phone booth using angles. Stepping, using the jab, but it's going to be a great rematch, but, you know, they got to get past their opponent. I look forward to them fighting. Let's move on. All right, last one, Benavidez uzcategui is going to be for September. So, so he must have had no symptoms as of right now. Things change, but it's going to be for September. Probably the 25th, I would say, the end of September. Remember, Canelo no longer fighting in September. Oscar De La Hoya is fighting the 11th. So it won't be, because the fight was for the 28th. It won't be the 4th. It won't be the 11th. You got to look at the 18th and the 25th. Canelo won't no longer fight on the 18th. I think they're going to target Mexican Independence Day weekend. They're going to target that day. But I didn't really care about that fight. I wasn't looking forward to that fight. But then again, it was boxing. I just think they need, I would rather see, other than uzcategui, I'd rather see Fedor Shuvanov get a shot. You know, honestly, I like Fedor Shuvanov. David Morrell, Danny Jacobs. I like to see some of these guys get a shot. Billy Joe Saunders come back, get his ass whooped. John Ryder. I like to see some of these guys. It's talent at 168 pounds. We just ain't tapped into it. It's a Russian dude, Evin Shun. It's a lot of talent there. But David Lemieux would have been a better opponent. But, you know, then again, it is what it is. So, we're going to move on to the next one. Don't forget you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all my social media links in the description. Facebook group link there as well too. When I advertise on the channel, video request, chop it up, whatever it may be, hit me up. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJGood313, Venmo CJGood313. Looking for our folks Venmo donation still, and PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate: share the video, thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Remember to watch the live streams now. You gotta subscribe. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.